Hey family, God bless you. So I just want to share a quick message with everybody that the Lord spoke to me recently. I've been really seeking to have a deeper relationship with Him and just to receive more of Him in my life, more of His love, His wisdom, His knowledge, understanding. It's just to be able to be greater and more efficient in the ministry and going forth and doing His will in my life and others' lives as well, affecting their lives through His light. So in praying for this, I heard, after this, my letters will open your heart. This is what He spoke to me in answer to that. And of course, I'm questioning, asking Him, what letters are you speaking about, Lord? Are you talking about the letters of the Word, the letters meaning representing the Word, the living letters as in His servants, the letters as Him allowing me to understand more of the Word, opening my heart so that I can understand more of the Word, as one of the things I was seeking. What are you speaking about here, Lord? So I had this dream in connection to this, and the Lord showed me, I saw Ironmen, and he was showing some people his new weapons. So he shot off some missiles, and he was about to shoot this laser beam from the right breastplate on his armor. But the plate wasn't opening, like it was having trouble opening all the way. So he stopped the beam and was then trying to fix the hinge on like the little door that opened up in the compartment on his breastplate. So I went over and I then tapped on his armor, like on his shoulder, and I knew that then that even even though his armor was like iron, he had a soft heart. So I then was in a kitchen, and I was with some people that seemed to be working. I was given this big heart, this huge heart, like it was huge. And I knew it was going to be put inside of me. So I was thinking it was way too big. Like this was too big to fit. So I said that it was like a hippo heart. So if you look up what a hippo heart looks like compared to a human heart. It's huge. It's like as big as our heads. So I then knew to put it on this conveyor belt going into a microwave to warm it up or to start it up. And I put it on this conveyor belt, and I saw as it went in, there was the little screen on the microwave. I saw it had a number on the screen, and I read the number and it said 144. So I woke up from there. So what the Lord gave me understanding about this dream, for one, what he relayed to me was that he was part of his dream. He was speaking about the 144,000, about being part of the 144,000, as I saw that this heart was going into this microwave to warm it up, start it up, ignite it, like, and number said 144, and he was saying that he was putting this new heart into the 144,000. So Ezekiel 36:26 says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Now, this is specifically speaking in general to all the believers. This is something that happens as we accept Christ into our lives, and God begins to create us a new creation in him, and remove the old man and put the new man, the new spirit in us. And but what he was showing me in this dream was him placing a heart after his own, this huge heart, as I knew it was too big to fit in me. This was him showing me God's heart. And I later got confirmation about this in another dream where I was shown God's heart, and it was huge. Like there was a woman standing in front of this heart who I knew to be the bride, and a man was showing her God's heart. He said, "This is the heart of God." So I wasn't able to see it with my eyes in this dream. My eyes were covered, but I could see it in my mind, and what I saw was that the heart was towering over her. It was bigger than she was, and I heard it beating, thumping. So I knew that he'd been speaking to me about the heart of God, about seeking after the heart of God, and God placing his heart in us as he begins to transform us to be more like Jesus. So the other thing that I was given understanding of in this dream was that we are seeing the 144,000, but not just speaking of the 144,000, but specifically in this dream, the 144,000 are seen like Ironmen, as in we have this armor. They have this armor, but a soft heart, which is God's heart. But that's just it's really relatable to believers as a whole, a true believer in Christ as a whole, because we have the armor of God on us, which is protecting us, and God makes us bold and and rough in a sense, as we face the enemy, and excuse me. So that's that armor on the outside, but we have that soft heart, the heart of God, the heart that's the love that he has for his people, the love for the people of the world, not the love of the world, but the love for the people in the world, as Jesus died on the cross for the sins of the world, all of the people. And it's that soft heart that really begins to allow us to see through his eyes, to love in the way that he does, which we'll never be able to love in the way that he does, as full as he does, should I say, because God's love is everlasting. But we begin to learn to love as he does, and to care for one another as he does, to see people in the way that he does. And Romans 2:29 says, "But he is a Jew who is one inwardly, and circumcision is that which is of the heart, by the Spirit, not by the letter. And his praise is not from men, but from God." So we see that the circumcision of the heart, that's where God is really wants us to focus on. Because God judges us by the heart, and he wants us to be inwardly. These things start inwardly. They start from the heart, not from the mind, and not from the outside appearance of things that we're doing. But God knows our hearts, and when we are truly repentant, and truly come to a place of humility towards God, and really submit to God, that's when we come to that circumcision of the heart by the Spirit. by the leading of the Spirit, and not by the letter, which means the law, not by the law of the word, but by the Spirit. And that's why he said the letters will open your heart. The word of God, the things in the word by the Spirit will open your heart. And when I saw in the dream that Ironman was trying, that the beam was trying to shoot out as he was shooting off these missiles, showing off his new weapons and things, and the plate wouldn't open on his breastplate. It wouldn't open, and he stopped it to be able to open it fully. That's the fully giving yourself, fully giving your heart unto God, opening your heart fully unto God, that then these things can occur, you know. So one of the things that here's some things that God had me write down as he spoke to me about this message. It says, God is a judge of the heart, so we must have our hearts in the right place in order to receive of God. We must be positioned in a place of humility and have a certain openness to receive what is given. We must be ready in order to receive what he has for us. But the only way to be ready is to be made ready, which comes by trials, tribulation, and testing. Going through the furnace and the crucible, purified of the worldly and sinful, so that there will be room for the holy and the righteous. We need to be brought to the level of preparedness and maturity designated for us to be able to handle God's gifts with full wisdom and obedience. If they were placed in our hands too early, it would be like giving a child a loaded gun. So trust and believe the Lord that when it's time and we're ready, then it will be so. God designs with purpose, and there are specific purposes for each gift, and they are not to be used outside of the directed purposes. But if they were to be given out right now, they would be misused. So for now, we are to train, learn, and grow until the time comes. So wrapping this all together, that's the Lord wanted me to share, or he's sharing his heart, and we are to seek after his heart and the things of his heart, of the kingdom, of his righteousness, and all these things will follow. It is very important right now to open your heart unto God. One, if you are a believer, he is cleansing us, cleansing our hearts, and our minds, and our spirits, and our bodies of the things that don't need to be there, so that we can be prepared, ready, and standing for when the time comes that these gifts that he has for us, these abilities and these specific callings will come into play. But if we're not ready, then we can't be used. And for those that don't believe, that's the first step, opening your heart. You have to open your heart, but God will do it for you. He will open the heart for you. All you have to do is make yourself available. All you have to do is speak for that you're ready for him to come into your life. You want him. You want to receive him. You want to have a relationship with him, because it's not about the religious things. It's not about just going to church and saying that you believe and just looking the part, looking like you play the part. It's inwardly. God sees what's, and you can't fool God's heart. You can't fool him. He knows what's really going on in there. So you have to have circumcision of the heart and be fully ready to submit in order for you to receive. So I love you guys. God bless you. And I'll talk with you soon.